Well, you want to spend a few minutes talking about this new Legion comic?
Sure. It's coming out in September.
So let's hop into the set the coordinates in the time cube for September 2026.
We've never been this far into the future before.
Got a new Legion of Superheroes #1 coming out in September. It's by this guy Joshua Williamson. All the promo stuff calls him the architect or the co-architect of DC Comics. Him and Scott Snyder. I'm not too familiar with either one of these dudes because I don't read much of this stuff. Scott Snyder, I think, wrote a bunch of Batman comics.
He's the Snyder Cut guy, right? Or is that's his brother?
Must be his brother. What is that? What's that guy's name?
Scott Snyder?
Is it? Are they both Scott Snyder?
It's Zach, right? Zach?
That sounds right. Zack Snyder. Yeah, so it's Joshua Williamson and Hayden Sherman is the artist.
Is this him there?
This is not. This is the upcoming Superman annual for 2026. This is going to come out in July or August. This is where that's supposed to kick off the new Legion comic. They're going to be in this somehow.
Are any of them on the cover?
Yeah, it looks like there's a feral lad over there, maybe, or a Timberwolf or a Karate Kid or something. It's so damn small. Let me find a bigger version on my computer here.
So there was, what are they called? Like the Omega Legion, the Dark Legion?
Yeah, there was called the Dark Side Legion, right?
Do you think it'll be an absolute Legion? Everything is absolute now.
Tell me what that means.
There's like 10 absolute versions of characters now. They're like the Ultimate Universe that Marvel had, which you probably don't know about either. Like they just started another universe and restarted the characters in that universe and made them more modern and gritty.
What's that called? Ultimate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, I've heard of this Absolute Batman.
Right.
Is he in the same Justice League with Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Aquaman and stuff? Or are they their own separate comic books now?
I think they're all in the same universe.
But it's a universe separate from the one we all know.
Right.
The one that's been going on since 1939.
Right. It's like new versions of these guys.
I don't think that the new Legion is going to be like that. I think they're going to be part of the regular thing, the future of the regular DC universe.
I mean, I guess it would be redundant. I feel like every version of the Legion lately has just been kind of like an Elseworlds, and they get bored with it. It stops selling, and they say, "Oh, that wasn't really the future of the DC universe. That was Earth 2."
Yeah, well, didn't they do
future.
this thing where they can easily wipe it all away, Flashpoint or something like that, or can't D. It's newer than Flashpoint. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's
multiversity,
maybe, but actually probably not
hyper time. They still got that.
They just did some shit where they don't ever have to be beholden, and I think it's fine that they've made it a rule, like baked it into the whole concept that you won't get in trouble if you use the Flash with the funny helmet versus the regular Flash in a flashback or something. I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. It is some kind of multi alternate dimensions type of stuff. Like they went to all this trouble to wipe it all out back in the Crisis on the Infinite Earths, and then they went to some more effort to make sure that the guys that they forgot in Crisis, they got fixed, and then also the guys from World War II, they are actually in Vietnam instead of World War II and shit like that. And then eventually they're like, well, screw that. We can have those guys be back in World War II, and they're either in a different universe or they're not, and it just doesn't matter. I think that's where they're at now.
Okay, maybe they're going back to the old model where they just do whatever the hell they want and let the fans figure it out.
Yeah, they never should have gotten away from that. Maybe.
Right.
Crisis was kind of a fun comic, but yeah, it's like it's a comic book. I think maybe that's where they're at.
Mm.
As to the question of whether the new Legion comic is absolute Batman, I don't think so. I think it's I don't know what the opposite of absolute is. Up for debate.
Do we have more images?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is just this is like a splash page or something from supposedly in issue 1 of the new Legion comic.
Does it have interlac?
Yeah, there is some interlac there. I think it says Levitts, maybe, down there in the bottom corner. But yeah, there's I think if you look closely, there's maybe a Superman museum in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's sort of in the upper right quadrant. There's a big Superman statue. And there's a big Blade Runner type of TV screen with RJ Brand pictures on it on the left side.
Hmm.
This was part of the promo push from last week on Williamson's social media. And this is another, looks like a 2-page spread from an upcoming Legion issue with Lightning Lad on his Lightning motorcycle.
I like that. It's cool.
Yeah. And this is like some Magno Ball action.
By the looks of Lightning Lad, this is not the last version of the characters. But this also is not the 80s guys either.
Nope, these are new guys. This is a reboot, fresh start.
We're starting from the beginning again.
Yeah.
I guess that probably is Matter Eater Lad.
Well, actually, I think on Sherman's social media, I didn't take tight notes or anything, but I think it said Matter Eater Lad.
Oh, okay. The only one I don't like very much is Brainiac. He looks too much like a villain to me, but
I don't know. Maybe he'll get to grow his hair. Maybe he'll
yeah,
pull the suction cup thing off his head.
right.
They call him Brainiac 1 of 5, whatever that means.
As long as he's completely incompetent.
Both Matter Eater Lad and Brainiac 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be in the loony bin together eventually. Looks like another splash page. Kind of a neat design.
Yeah.
Sort of a profile of, I assume it's Brainiac, because it has sort of the same high collar.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some Green Lanterns, and so there's some George Lucas or somebody back there. And there's a dead body, I guess, under a blanket. Very mysterious. Oh, this is a variant cover. I think I'm in the section of variant covers here. Oh wait, which one is this? Oh, okay, no, this is not the variant covers, unless these are like variants for issue 1, 2, and 3. I think the Lightning Lad is a variant cover for issue 1, and then this one of Saturn Girl and Cosmic Boy. I don't know what these are. These are just part of the promo shit that was showing up.
I like the big ass shoes. It reminds me of like later Frank Miller, like The Dark Knight Strikes Back, Frank Miller.
Mm-hmm. I thought that looked really good. That was a good looking comic. I think you and I are probably in the minority thinking that even now, but it's a good looking comic.
I bet I could kind of split the difference because between you and everyone else. Like when I first saw it, I was disappointed because I was expecting like Klaus Janson and Lynn Barely doing her watercolor kind of look.
Oh yeah.
But once I let go of expecting like a sequel that looked exactly like the first one, I appreciated it for what it was.
Yeah, I didn't read it until probably 10 years after it came out.
Dang.
These are Hayden Sherman, the regular artist on the book.
So he's riding a different bike here, right?
This is the 1 in 25 ratio variant by V. Ken Marion, another artist I'm not familiar with at all.
I'm not familiar with the 1 in 25 ratio. I mean, I guess I know what that means, but is that significant?
Well, it's in the file name of the image I downloaded. It's just like they have the regular cover, and then they have the blank cover, and then they have the foil cardstock covers, and then they have 3 other ones that are maybe not really limited, and then they have the limited one where the retailer has to order 25 other DC comics before they get one of these.
Who's buying this stuff?
I buy them all, I guess, but just one time. Not gonna want to do it month after month.
But I assume that 1 in 25 one is not going to be sold for $5.
Probably not.
It's going to be like
It's $20.
15 bucks,
Yeah, yeah.
$20. Yeah.
And yeah, like when I first heard about these ratio things where it's one out of 25, I thought you would have to buy 25 Legion #1 regular cover to get this variant, the Marion variant cover. But I think actually you have to buy any 25 DC comics that came out that week, and then you might get it or will get it. I don't know.
Huh. So you're going to buy 25?
I'll probably buy 25, yeah. I put in the order with my comic shop on previews, and I just found a random issue of Batman and said, give me 25 of those. Make sure I get the Marion variant cover.
Are you sure? Because they probably all have 1 in 25 ratio covers of their own, right? Like there's a Batman one and a Blue Beetle one and a Warlord one.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure and send an email to my comic book retailer and be like, I want the Marion Lightning Lad one. I don't want the Booster Gold. I don't want the Dan Jurgens Booster Gold 1 to 25 variant. And here's the next one. This is a painting by Mark Spears of Brainiac 1 of 5. And
this is a lot like that
1 of 5 variant covers.
He looks a lot like that actor who played Lex Luthor there.
Oh, does he? I kind of like it. There's no room for a logo on this one, so I bet this one won't have a logo. Maybe none of them will. This one definitely won't either. This is the Dan Mora, Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future variant cover.
A lot of fan demand for that one.
I don't get it. Yeah, I'm kind of baffled by the existence of the Michael J. Fox cover. But it's one of them. This is one of 3 different Yasmin Putri covers.
Trying to be like Norman Rockwell here or
something. I mean, that's kind of, I like it. You know, it's good artwork. It's, I guess it's Lightning Lad. He's reading an issue of Action Comics, staying up late against the rules.
This seems like it's going to be very Lightning Lad centric.
Kind of seems like it, huh? They haven't showed us a lot of the other 2 Legion founders.
Unless they're like intentionally putting him forward and making him real visible to signal to the people who drew the line with Lightning Lad's race change. Like, hey, we got the white one back. Come back.
Yeah, I wonder how many they actually lost from that. Like of the diminishing numbers of Legion fans are like, nah, this guy is not a redhead anymore. I'm out. And that all of a sudden, like 25% of the remaining 800 Legion fans out there, 800 over 50-year-old people buying Legion comics. I don't know. I think this is the main cover, wraparound cover of the new #1.
Yeah, that's good.
These guys over on the left side they're called persuaders. They're like the fascist military controlling the future and making superheroes illegal. Outlaws.
Did we know that? We didn't know that last week, did we?
Maybe if we'd read a bunch last week, we might have known that. I think this information is in the.
They're clearly made to look a bit like the Persuader, right?
Right, with the atomic axe, the Persuader from the Fatal 5,
in the helmet.
Yeah, and we also see, I think, maybe Lightning Lass, maybe Triplicate Girl, Cosmic Boy. I think online people are saying that this kind of blonde guy in profile on the kind of in the middle is maybe Lightning Lad's father, or he has sort of a lightning motif on his shirt, so he could be Lightning Lord or Dad Lightning.
Probably Lightning. I'm guessing that kind of in the middle, that's probably Triplicate Girl. I think I like the 3D glasses version better.
3D glasses?
Yeah, didn't the last one kind of wear 3D glasses or something looking like 3D glasses?
You could be right. I'm sort of drawing a blank. Oh, you got one of the Bendis ones right there, huh?
I do.
I do kind of remember her having a cool design of some type. Yeah, with like big goggles or something. Yeah.
Maybe they all had different colored hair even.
Oh yeah, they did. They looked really like club kids or something, right?
There's a tiny picture of one of them.
Yeah. I think maybe that's a cooler design. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. They're like cyan, magenta, and yellow.
Right. Right.
That's a neat idea. But I think these new guys, these new designs, I don't know. There's a lot going for them. I'm into these new designs for the 2026 Legion.
Yeah.
I like the costumes.
Yeah. I want to see more. Where's Bouncing Boy?
Oh, and these are the Yasmin Putri ones. They kind of remind me of like Yasuhiku, the guy who did the Gundam,
Okay.
like Gundam the Origin. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen those comics, but yeah, this is an old guy, but he's been around a while doing manga. Did a bunch of Gundam animation, and but now he's kind of his more recent artwork on the covers and stuff is this like fully painted wet media stuff that kind of this reminds me of that a little bit. I think these look good. This trio.
That sort of reminds me that I kind of feel like the way they a good way for them to go forward for the next reboot, you know, in a year and a half or so. They should probably like make them like those all ages book, like thick books that are kind of slightly smaller, kind of manga ish. Might be interesting if you had like those the thick small like kind of manga novels, and like each one focused on a different member of the team, and maybe
Uh-huh.
but there's kind of an overall connecting story, but
Yeah,
you're
that's an
sort of
idea.
seeing it from each character's point of view.
Yeah. No, I think they could totally do something like that that's got broad appeal and really good.
Right, right. Especially if you're aiming for like younger people. If you're gonna turn them back into teenagers, I mean, I assume you're going for like younger readers.
A lot of possibilities. Williamson said that it's going to be more sci-fi
Okay.
centered than maybe the previous Legion concepts have been. Which I think that's always that I've always kind of wanted that or have for a long time. Like it seems like it's something that's maybe has been missing. Like if you're in a future uh milieu to not have much of a sci-fi element except for flight rings and flying cars.
Maybe it's been like that in different periods, but I feel like aside from them wearing the costumes, like the Silver Age stuff is pretty sci-fi, and the 5 years later stuff is very sci-fi. I mean, I don't know what makes it more super sci-fi than superhero, but you know, they're not they don't have secret identities, and they're not like constantly fighting. They're not constantly teaming up with Batman, and
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe I don't even know what I mean. Like I read and see some of this anime stuff and manga stuff that's like hard sci-fi, like it's
yeah.
serious and like there's big concept and stuff that you don't see I haven't seen in too many
Oh, I
superhero
see.
comics
Sure.
because like I guess it's sci-fi to be 1,000 years in the future and beating up a bad guy, but it's not too different from being in the modern day and beating up a bad guy. Like you could have
Mhm.
that, but can you really call that sci-fi? But they do have some concepts, but it's not always big thinking. I think that's the last image of stuff. Like I went through and I tried to get everything that I could find. It's been a week since they announced this comic.
Didn't he say somewhere that like all fan? It might have just been, you know, hype or just trying to get people excited, but like maybe it was going to have a little bit of everything in it.
A little bit of everything, like action, adventure,
Well, they
romance.
made it sound like I think I read something the writer said that fans of all of the different legions will have something in this for them. Like maybe it was going to be made of bits and pieces of all of the teams.
Oh,
That's what I took from that, but
I kind of remember some statement from like Mark Wade about how it'll be something that'll make everybody happy or something like
right,
that.
right. It was probably just
Yeah.
salesmanship.
Yep, just hyperbole. Oh, there's also supposed to be a Jim Lee variant cover. Couldn't find any
Oh,
evidence of that, or he hasn't finished drawing it yet, so that it's not out there at the moment.
looking for a Keith Giffen drawing to put his name on.
Yeah, like when I was searching for, Jim Lee Legion variant cover, like all I got was those old ones from whenever. That was a long time ago. That was even for wasn't that for the new 52 new number one that Jim Lee did like
Oh,
5 of them?
right, right.
Like he did sort of a character from each era of the past Legionnaires.
Let's see. If each version was a volume, what volume are we at now? The guys that existed till 1994, the real Legion,
Uh-huh.
the Archie Legion, the three boot Legion, the retro boot Legion, which I will count as a separate one. Then the that last one with the Marvel guy writing it,
Bendis. Yeah.
Bendis. So this is the sixth restart. That's something I would like to see is at least some of the new. Kind of sucks is we're kind of stuck at Quizlet and Talus and Sensor Girl being the latest members because they probably introduced 30 or so new characters over the last 30 years, but they keep rebooting. So those guys just vanish. Like each iteration comes up with, 5 or 6 original new Legionnaires and
Uh-huh.
they just get erased each time. They should bring all the new guys over. But the thing is, I don't know if the the team will ever have a long enough history to get to those characters because unless you say they were there from the start. But I think we're kind of in this kind of loop where we get about 2-3 years starting from the very beginning, and then uh, it disappears for a while and starts over again.
I think in post 0 Hour reboot, they got to almost everybody.
Mhm.
But that also went for maybe 10 years, right?
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
There is sort of this diminishing returns effect happening, it seems like. Each time they do it, it becomes easier for them to do it yet again, to reach for the reset button. Like it becomes less and less taboo or whatever. Like, fuck it, let's start over.
I think this new one looks like it can be good. It
Yeah,
seems promising, and like I couldn't stick with the Bendis one for whatever reason. I can't even really remember the reason, but I bought them all, but I read 3 of them.
yeah.
I just wasn't into it. It didn't hook me. Maybe this new one will hook me because I think the artwork looks really good, but I thought that
The
about the
art,
last one. So, but yeah, I wanted them to continue Gasoline Alley style
yeah.
from the original continuity. They didn't do
In a
that.
perfect world, I'd want that too. But barring that, I wish they would just like this time around. It looks great, but I would have preferred like go back to the Bendis guys and give us your take of them. Add to the story. You can develop those guys into something more to your liking, like instead of starting from scratch.
I wonder if you're the first person to say continue the Bendis stuff.
Well, it doesn't have to be the Bendis stuff. Just don't restart the universe. Like it's just like when back in the old days, like a different writer and artist would take over, but you wouldn't have to start from the beginning. It would essentially be a new story, but you don't have to start from the very beginning over and over and over and over and over. Well, the funny thing that I complain endlessly about on this show probably is they always seem to do this because they want to make things less complicated, but all it really does is make things more complicated.
You could do what it seems like this new one's going to do,
Hmm.
but make it the next generation of Legion guys and make all the old stuff be peripheral almost. Like
Hmm.
it's like don't make me have to read all those 1,000 old comics, but also like we all know those are all out there. You know what I mean? It's the same like it's same as like when you have a new Scooby Doo series or something, you know?
Right,
It's like
right,
I'm not it doesn't behoove me to watch all the old Scooby Doo shit.
right, right.
I'm watching it's fine, you know? But I don't know, comic book people are different.
It's like if you were reading Batman, but you were only reading the Elseworld Batman books. Like the other ones didn't exist. We just keep getting new takes of the same thing over and over again. Which, if it's going to be that, and it is, that's what we're going to do. Then maybe they should go for broke a little more. Like have this end when the series inevitably ends. Like have the universe explode or something. Everyone dies in the process. Something crazy happens because you know.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I never read the Justice League versus Legion of Superheroes miniseries, but I don't think it ended with the Legion all dying or something, you know?
Right.
It just that cycle of the Bendis Legion comics just petered out and they never made any more of them.
Oddly, I think the Archie one was pretty gutsy, and it lasted. It was not a flash in the pan. It lasted what, like 10 years. But then didn't they like kill Colossal Boy off pretty early on? And
I guess so, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, maybe midway
I
through.
think he
I don't know.
died kind of gruesomely, if I remember. Like, wasn't he like engulfed in flames or something?
I have no recollection. Yeah, they did a lot in that series. I wouldn't say they went for broke or anything, but
Right.
actually by the end of it, the last couple of years, there was some good shit in that. I'll pull it out and look at it in a second. But do we have anything more to talk about on the new number one, or should we hop back into the time cube?
We'll revisit this as more information. We'll get back to you on this. We'll announce further developments.
Yes, as more is revealed. Maybe there'll be some cool shit at Comic Con this year. So that's all we know about the new Legion comic coming out in September. This is the countdown to Legion number one. Long live the Legion. Hang in there, Legionnaires.
More to come. Do you think since there's so many of them now and that they keep sort of restarting, does that make like Alan Davis's Legion more legitimate? Like it's yet another version of them?
I guess
Since they're
so.
all just kind of like Elseworld reboot reimaginings.
I suppose so. I mean, that was only 2 comic books, or, like 100 pages worth or something of Legion. So I don't know if there's a threshold that you have to cross before you can be counted as an actual reboot or as one of the volumes or whatever you call them.
Right. What about the Wizard of Oz Legion?
See, I think that was yeah.
I'm just kidding.